All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. It's 7:06. It's early. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry. We're doing the doctor's appointment thing with Alexander today, and here you go. Have to pop on to Coffee Talk a couple of minutes early. Hope that's okay. Anyway, we'll get right to it and check in and see what's doing. I was just getting the other child out the door, so that's why it wasn't exactly at 7 o'clock like I had intended. But I digress. All right, let's take a live look outside. How beautiful is that? Orlando International Airport, you're looking good. Of course, the astronauts from Polaris Dawn are here at the Kennedy Space Center. And it's dawn at the Kennedy Space Center. Looking forward to a great launch. And then there's another launch today. That's Starlink. But then we've got Crew going up. Is it next Monday or is it the Monday after that? I don't know. It's a pretty start to the day there. Port Canaveral, let's head a couple of miles south of here. See what's doing. Shot shouldn't be much different of that sunrise, right? Yeah. I mean, although it's just pretty. It's just pretty. All right, let me take you over to New Smyrna Beach. We'll head up the shoreline, see what's doing. Oh, man. If like, we live in a pretty great spot, don't we? Downtown Orlando, we're looking over toward the stadium, and we're looking beautiful. The Wesh 2 Studios tower cam. Looking up to Altamont Springs, Disney. Oh, you win. The tourist district tower cam wins the day. All right. First warning, live Doppler radar, not perfectly quiet. Actually tracking some thunderstorms. It's funny, I wanted to make sure to get on here just because we've got some rain showing up. Early today, there's a little frontal boundary moving in. So Candice says, morning, rain today? Yep, there's a live look at our radar. So for the metro, right, like real quick, for those of you getting ready to do the metro drive, we're fine. No problems. But over here to Rutland, Pine Ridge, Hernando County, Citrus County, seeing some pockets of heavier rain, and that extends up here into Marion County. So just know that, yeah, we already have a little bit of rain to track, and some of that rain may play into your plans today. Kelly says you have way too much energy for a Tuesday. Whatever you spiked your coffee with, I need it. I didn't sleep like at all last night, so today I'm like, come at me, bro. I'm here, baby. I'm not saying you're needing to come at me, but you get the vibe. It's a Tuesday vibe. After the Mondayest of Monday, like I was so tired I didn't want to fly. That should tell you something. All right, out the door, mid to upper 70s is muggy. We know that. Take a look at where we're headed, though. Later on today, we climb into the lower 90s. We've got some of that morning rain this morning, and then we're going to ramp up the coverage of showers and storms, right? 20, 30, 40, 50% coverage of storms, high temperatures in the lower 90s. Here's a look at the highs around town today. 93 in Orlando, 94 in St. Cloud. Even the beaches getting nice and warm. Not looking bad for this morning's rocket launch, right? Starlink mission at 9:20 this morning. 80% chance of good weather. All the rain and the lightning, that's all on the West Coast, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. So yeah, we're not looking bad. We're really, really not looking bad at all, right? So it's a good day. And it's not just a good day, it's a great day, right? 7-day forecast showing us, you gave us an invitation. Come at me, bro. I feel you. So 7-day forecast looking just fantastic for like a winter's type pattern, right? Like showers and thunder showers, all of that fun stuff, right? 50% coverage of storms today, up to a 60% coverage of storms today. And I got to tell you, today is also a fairly special day. Today's a special day because it is Al Roker's 70th birthday. Al's up in New York, so of course we got to talk about that New York forecast. Like, I'll raise my cup to that. So happy birthday, Al. Happy birthday, 70 years old. And when you compare that forecast in New York, that weather in New York, to the weather here in Central Florida, I mean, 72 in New York. It's in the upper 70s and lower 80s here. Yeah. Happy birthday, Al. 70 years. All right. Just had to throw that out there for comparison and to discuss that New York forecast. Yeah. Good times. It's a chilly 56 in Pennsylvania and I'm not ready. Oh man. Oh man. So, all right. Rain chances obviously are pretty high here in Central Florida. Let's kind of get a lay of the land here. So there's a frontal boundary just north of us. And before we go diving too deep into that, I've got a lot of like graphics I can't show you in this workspace right now. All right. So there's the surface map. And the reason that I wanted to show this to you is because there's our frontal boundary. And we see these storms firing up along the frontal boundary. That's why we've got the rain to track this morning, okay? But as this frontal boundary continues to sag, it will help to generate more and more stormy weather these next couple of days. Look at tomorrow, right? Storms around. There's that area of low pressure. Look at Thursday. Storms around as that area of low pressure is literally over top of us. We have talked about this on Coffee Talk for a while, that this front is just going to bubble up a little piece of energy, a little storm system, and that little storm system is going to feed us the opportunity for showers and thunder showers, really rising that coverage later this week. So that's why we're going up to a 60% coverage of rain. Now, in terms of today's rain chances, let's just get it together here using our Futurecast model. All right. So here's Futurecast for today. Kelly says, I'm 70 in my soul, maybe 80. I have an inner cranky old woman yelling at people to get off my lawn. God, do I get it. Yesterday, I feel like I let a little more out on Coffee Talk than I wanted to. I usually am able to keep the snark at least a little bit contained, but when I was so tired yesterday, it was just like, my is gone. All right. Anyway, so Futurecast, first off, doing a great job identifying the rain that we've got out there this morning. So got you there. Sounds good. Looks good to me. All right. From there, let's just roll through time. 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Still with some rain here, right? Yep, no surprise there. Right? Okay. Rolling through time. 11, 12 o'clock. A little pocket of rain here, there. No big deal, but it's with us. Jenny on YouTube, good morning. Welcome to the chat. All right, continuing 1:30, 2 o'clock. You see how that coverage increases? Yeah. Yeah. 3 o'clock, widespread showers and thunder showers. 5 o'clock, widespread rains around, and then kind of gradually fading out. So today's coverage is going to be elevated, we'll say, right? But when we look at the trend these next couple of days, there you go, right? Showers and thunder showers are with us. Yeah. Yep. Yep. 50% today, but a 60% coverage for our Thursday and our Friday. So there you go. All right. So that's a quick look at our forecast. Eric, you almost gave me a heart attack. I listened to Coffee Talk at work, so when I got this notification, Jessica says, I had to check time, make sure I'm not late. No, you're not late. I'm just early. I've got the 4-year-old doctor's appointment for young Alexander. Yep. The 4-year-old deal with young Alexander. Can you believe it? These kids getting old every day, getting older and older every day. Do you cover anything other than Central Florida? So we cover Central Florida, right? But when it comes to like tropics, we cover everything. But yeah, we do basically cover just Central Florida. Yeah. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. I can't believe he's 4 already. I know. Well, he turned 4 earlier in the month, but because of COVID, it pushed that year's doctor's appointment back, and then because of that, um, everything else seemingly has been pushed back. So there you go. Yeah, good times. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? All right. I know that I've had a lot of people asking about the races, so we've got some races to get to. First off, the Wawa 250 this week. Want to make sure you know we're going to be tracking some showers and some thunder showers, looking better by race time at 7:30. And then, of course, there's the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Race starts and we should be good. It's going to be stormy before the race. So plan accordingly for that. All right. I've had a lot of people, Ron Kendrick, WESH 2 alum, and race fan nerd extraordinaire, has asked about it. So wanted to make sure you got it taken care of. All right. All right. That's kind of where we're at right now. Locally, let's chat a little bit about the tropics. Kind of interesting. Still watching Hurricane Ernesto. Still a hurricane. Like it briefly went down to tropical storm status. It's back as a hurricane. And like, given its position, you don't get a hurricane this far north that often. Winds are at 75 miles an hour. So minimal hurricane. It's losing its tropical characteristics. Look at how fast it's moving. Like, that's wicked fast. I had to say that because we're up in New England, right? Or out of New England. 36 miles an hour. So it's booting, scooting, and boogieing. That's not a problem whatsoever. And then across the rest of the basin, all right, aside from Ernesto, thankfully there is nothing else to track for now. It's like eerily quiet in the Atlantic basin, right? Like there's really not much to see out there. Yeah. Yep. Had my daughter over for breakfast before school for her birthday. She's a teacher. Love it, Marie. I love it. I love it. So while the tropics are quiet for now, still important to note that data is there to support kind of this increase in activity, watching that very late August into early September. And of course, we can check things out, such as ensemble data and just raw model data. So let's do that using the we'll start with the GFS. All right, so this is the raw GFS. Let's dial this in and let's just go to the whole basin because there's not really much to track. And let's just kind of watch this together. All right, this is the 6Z. A little something of an area of low pressure here in the Windward Islands, the Antilles there. Right, nothing crazy. A couple little areas out in the open Atlantic, nothing organized, just some broad stuff. What are you, Mr. New England? You see that? That's what? That's Tuesday, the 20th, my mother's birthday. Little something. Something. What are you, Northeastern United States? Like you've got the same amount of activity in late August off the coast of Long Island as you do in the open Atlantic. That's kind of wild. Right? All right. So anyway, there's that. A little something though showing up on the GFS, more than we've seen the last couple of days. 968. So we got a hurricane out there south of Bermuda. Okay. All right. So we got something, right? We got something to track on the operational GFS. Okay. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's look at the European. 6Z is barely starting to run, so we'll just run through the 00Z. Couple little nothings out in the basin, nothing crazy. But toward the end of that run, you start to see something, right? Something getting going out in the open Atlantic. Remember, the European only goes out 240. I can switch over to the control ensemble just to kind of get a glimpse of what it would say. And yeah, it's got something also out near Bermuda. So not going to complain about that. And then let's switch over to the European AI model. And again, I always feel like I always feel the need to preface this by saying, like, have no idea if the AI model is good or not. It's new. And in weather, new doesn't necessarily mean good. New just means let's see how it does. So anyway, all right. All right, something around the Caribbean. So it's showing something kind of popping up off the southeastern United States September 2nd, something around the Caribbean September 2nd. That's different than like if we switch over to the GFS, same time frame, it's got something outside of the Caribbean and nothing really off the southeast coast. So a little different there. But it's further south. So the AI model is much further south than the operational GFS or the operational Euro. Now, operational deterministic models are one run of one model. But of course, if you've watched a while, you understand that they're all kind of crummy, just given the fact that they only give one output. And we like to know where everything's at. So one way that you can do this is you can look at the ensemble models, okay? And by doing that, I'll just kind of show you, this is the GFS ensemble. And every time I show this, I feel the need to explain. These are the GFS ensembles. Essentially, it's 30 different versions of the American GFS model. But of course, you know, you can sit here and you can be like, oh, member number 7 looks good, or member number... But that's no, we're not going to do that here. So what we do is we put them all on top of each other. When you start to see a bunch of areas of low pressure developing or something, then you start to get a better idea, right? So for example, let's just look in like the northeastern United States, and you could see a bunch of those ensemble members showing something. That's Ernesto, all right? So let's just continue on from there. Right? And we're starting to see some ensemble members showing something. And you got like the Gulf of Mexico, you got the open Atlantic. So there's some ensemble support for that. All right. That's the 6C. Let's go further out because the 6C is still running. Usually when we do Coffee Talk, the 6C is done, but it's not yet. All right. So notice though, we're starting to see some ensemble members showing stuff in the Caribbean or in the open Atlantic. So what that's telling me is you've kind of got this blob of energy, but we don't really know if it's going to go into the Caribbean yet or if it's going to recurve. So at this point, models are showing stuff far too early. I mean, it's August the 20th, that's September 3rd. So we're just starting to see this idea that something's going to be around the western part of this view, we'll say, right? All right, so that's the GFS ensemble. Let's reset it. Head over to the European. All right. There's a couple ensemble members trying to show something around the 26th, 27th, Gulf of Mexico. You know, that old front, maybe something bubbling up along that old front. We'll see. Then we see around the Antilles there. You see how we're starting to see some of these ensemble members. And interestingly enough, you know, you've got a bunch of the members wanting to do something in the Gulf of Mexico, kind of Caribbean to Gulf, and then you've got a bunch of these ensemble members out in the open Atlantic. So at this point, what's your takeaway? Your takeaway is ensemble members are showing development, but that's all we got, right? So late August, 24th through the 31st, watching around the Cabo Verde Islands for development, and then after that, it could be sneaking on through. It's always a good reminder, though, that the peak of hurricane season is here. We are on the 20th. So actually, we need to update this graphic. Hold on. Some of this stuff's automatic. Some of this stuff is manual. In this case, this is manual. There we go. That lines up, right? Does it? I feel like that people kept updating this without moving this arrow. Like, that's August 20th. Okay. Click save, close. Okay. Right? Am I crazy? Do not answer that. All right. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. We're working our way up to the peak of hurricane season. Water temperatures are absolutely at warm readings, without a doubt. Right? So that's where we're at. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, anything. What you got? I get to start working on UCF football graphics, Florida Gator football graphics, FSU football graphics. I can't believe it. I can't believe we're there. We got Friday night football. It's Tuesday, but I'll give you an idea of some Friday night football. All right, just in case. Why does it say tonight? Did we not update? Never mind. I'm not giving you an idea. It's not been updated. Ignore that. Oh, you can vault. All right. 7-day forecast. There's going to be some storms. Oh, man. All right. Upper 80s, lower 90s into this weekend because those rain chances will be significantly rising. Chris is asking, what's the ace up to? I will get you that for tracking the tropics at 10. Don't have it yet. Yeah. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. How are your projects going? Let's just say that at 11 a.m., if you want to know, watch WBBH in Fort Myers. If you want to know. Heck, I may live stream them. I'm so excited about it. And then I don't know when exactly, but I'll tell you when that's happening here. But anyway, that's all. My projects are going. I was texting Tony Manolfi until like 10 last night. Hey, buddy. Yes. Yes. Yep. Yes. Alexander wants me to let you know he has a doctor's appointment. And we're going to leave here in like 4 or 5 minutes, okay?
Go to the playground.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Yes. Good job, buddy. I love you. Let's see. The last text to Tony. Oh, 9:39 last night. It was my day off, and 9:39. Oh, you want me to show them your minion?
Yeah.
All right. This is Alexander's minion.
This is paper.
This is paper. Here you go.
That's it. That's napkin.
And that's a napkin. Yes. We were texting Tony for a while last night. And if you could see the blurred image there, then yeah. You have an idea. All right. Inquiring minds want to know. Boy, that's looking old. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. Lisa says, freaked out that I was late. You were on already. No, I have to go early today because Alexander has a doctor's appointment. So it's 100% my fault, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 100% my fault. Yeah. 100% my fault. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, anything? Rocket forecast is looking good for today. What was it, like 80% chance of good weather? Yeah, 80% chance of good weather. Looks great. And as a matter of fact, live look out there now. Load. Can I show? Yeah, go grab the new shoes and I'll show them your new shoes. This is a live look at the Kennedy Space Center right now. Like, obviously, it's looking fantastic. I almost just clicked on the wrong graphic if you copy. Alexander wanted me to show you his new shoes. They're New Balance like I have.
Yeah.
You love them? Yeah, we just need to learn to tie them, right? That's right. Yep. All right. All right. Are we good? Questions, comments, concerns? Anything? Melanie says, thank you for coming on early to give us coffee talk. Thank you for hanging early. I'm sorry that I'm a little early. I'm sorry. They're so cool, Marie. Debbie, right? So cool. Thank you for coming early. My goal is to be with you at 10 for tracking the tropics, assuming this doctor's appointment has no issues. All right. Sound good? I like it. I love it. I got it at Ross. No. All right. That's all I got, people. So listen, we'll do a tracking the tropics at 10, as long as I can get it. And we'll be good, right? Sound good? All right. Listen, thank you. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you for hanging out for Coffee Talk. We will see you all at 10 a.m. today for tracking the tropics. Otherwise, I'm also on WESH 2 News at noon today. Lots happening. I'm going to go get those shoes on him, go get him ready. Doctor's appointment, 4-year-old checkup. I hope there's no shots for the 4-year-old checkup. All right, we'll figure it out. Thank you, guys and gals. Be the sunshine in someone else's day.